Just 2 years ago, the Patriots receiving corps was made up of solid players, but none of them were a true number one receiver. But last year, when the Patriots swapped Kendrick Bourne for Stefon Diggs, it gave them one of the best passing offenses in the NFL and helped take the Patriots to the Super Bowl. He became a dependable option for Maye underneath, who was able to consistently sit down in open zones and catch anything that came his way, which kept the offense ahead of the chains. The bigger impact, though, is the effect this had on everyone else in the receiving room. Diggs was a driving force for what had become one of the best passing offenses in football. The decision to swap out Diggs for Doubs has some potential upside, but it also comes with a lot of risk. Let's start with the positives. First, this saves the Patriots cap space to improve their roster. Diggs' cap hit was about to jump to over $20 million a year, which is a lot for a receiver that's way past 30. The details of Doubs' new contract haven't been fully reported yet, but it's projected to be a 4-year deal with a max of $80 million. This means his cap hit this year is likely going to be significantly below $20 million a year because teams typically push the larger cap hits out to the end of the deal, when the salary cap should be higher. This gives the Patriots additional money to spend on other holes, like the offensive line, which they've already started by signing vera-tucker. But the bigger part to me is that Doubs is only 25 years old and is just scratching the surface of his potential. He's had to compete in an overcrowded receiving room in Green Bay for targets pretty much since he's been drafted. So far, he's been steadily getting better every year, but now he finally gets the opportunity to shine as the main guy in New England. Last year for the Packers, he showed the ability to win his one-on-one matchups against the team's best corner and that he can get open at all three levels. If he's able to fill that same role that Diggs did as a reliable chain mover, then this is an absolute steal for the Patriots because they get younger and cheaper. But if he can become a true attention-pulling X receiver, then the offense will be even better than it was last year. If he can become good enough to force defenses to have to commit a safety to sit over top of him, then that creates holes in the passing game and removes an extra defender in the run game. But that's a lot of ifs, which takes me to the risk of the conversation. The money they're saving is great, but it doesn't mean much if their receiving core falls back to what they were pre-Diggs. Unlike Diggs, Romeo Doubs has never been asked to be the main guy in his career. For most of his time in Green Bay, it was actually Jayden Reed that was the go-to receiver for Jordan Love. But like I mentioned before, he did a really good job of stepping up once Reed got hurt and leading that receiving room. But he never had to really do it on his own. There were still plenty of capable receiving options around him in Christian Watson, Dontavian Wicks, and Matthew Golden. So the question is, can Doubs actually carry a passing game by himself? The Packers obviously didn't think so. They viewed him more as a middle-of-the-pack number 2 receiving option behind Reed and never even considered paying him anywhere close to $20 million a year. They believe they can replace his contribution with the collection of cheap receiving options they currently have. Which begs the question to the Patriots, what happens to the passing game if Doubs can't replace the value that Diggs brought? Well, it would get bad quickly. If Doubs can't replace Diggs, the offense would quickly revert back to its 2024 form, where you have guys taking on roles that are outside of what they're capable of doing. We'll probably see Drake Maye overcompensate by trying to force throws or see him running a lot more because no one's open. Either way, it will be a disaster. And now, to be fair, McDaniels is still a great offensive coordinator, so I don't think it would be as bad as 2024 was, but I also wouldn't expect another MVP type season from Drake Maye. So was this a bad signing by the Patriots? No, but it certainly is a risky one. I'm not some Stefon Diggs superfan, and I can understand the decision to move on from him for financial and more than likely off the field reasons. But when you're trying to replace a guy that was the central post of your passing game, I think the better move was to go with the higher priced option in AJ Brown. Yes, he would have cost draft picks and been a much bigger cap hit, but he would not only have filled Diggs' role, he would have been an improvement on it. Speaking of carrying an offense, if you want to know how Travion Henderson was the catalyst to making Drake Maye a star last year, you can click on that video right here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Emmett from the RFL Show, and I'll see you in the next video.